everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video is super exciting because I'm doing another one of my book recommendations where I've picked out 5 books that I haven't really talked about yet on my YouTube channel to let you guys know about them and just to express my love for these books. So I'm really excited to jump straight in. I picked 5 really awesome books that I've recently read and just absolutely adored. We have fairy tale retellings, we have magical schools, we have vampires, we've got everything. So let's just go. Let's get going. Oh, I have my haircut too. So I'm going to start off with a book which has completely inspired this segment, and that is Slumber by Christy Sloat. Now, I read this book last month and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and it is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. So it's about a girl who basically, I say wakes up, but she's in a mental asylum. And everybody there is telling her that she murdered her boyfriend and stabbed him numerous times. Yet she has no knowledge of this. She's given drugs and she's given medication and it makes everyone around her really dopey. But things start coming out and she meets a couple of characters and it's a bit like, is this an actual mental asylum? What is actually going on and how is this book connected to Sleeping Beauty? This book was so good. The writing's really captivating, fluid. You just kind of get straight into it and just like, you know when you're on like a bodyboard or a surfboard or something like that and you can imagine just getting on the wave and just going like that? That's literally how I felt when reading this book. It's a really quick read and it's the first book in a series, I believe, and it was just such an awesome read. If you were really into your fairy tale retellings and you also kind of like, this is like a mix between obviously Sleeping Beauty and like the Myra Dyer series, so I hope that kind of makes you a bit, you know, excited about reading it because it is amazing. So I highly recommend you go and read this. The author's fantastic too. It's really nice when you meet authors and you read their books and they're just lovely in general, and it just is very motivating. So thank you, Christy, for sending me this book for review, and yeah, I recommend you guys. This is the first book in my book recommendations segment, so I highly recommend this book. Next one I'm going to be recommending to you is like, think about Charmed meets Harry Potter meets mythology. So this is called Cycle of the Sun, and it's all about a girl called Holly whose grandmother is in a coma and her mother was like disappeared when she was born, and when her grandma's in a coma she gets shipped off to this school and in Wolfbane, and basically it's a school for people who want to get an education based around paganism and mythology and druidism and witchcraft and things like that. So it's kind of a very kind of spiritual school. 10% of the population at this school have got powers. For example, pyrokinesis, where they can set things on fire, they can have visions, they can move things with their mind, telepathy, everything. They have powers. Not everybody does, but most of them do, and it's about a girl who has visions. Holly, she has visions and she goes to the school. Now this book is very humorous and comedic, like it's very funny, it's very kind of like Mean Girls in the aspect of she's not taking any crap, but it turns out she's something extremely special when she starts having her visions of her mum with this demon, and things kind of go crazy. There's teleportation, there's everything. There's romance, there's like love triangle-ish, kind of. So I really enjoyed this book. If you're a fan of Charmed, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, if you're a fan of things like that, those paranormal kind of books, then this is definitely the book for you. Very cool supernatural, and it's got mythology woven and woven in, oh, it's like, it's just so amazing. Oh, and Jennifer Armentrout's blurbed this, saying, Cycle of the Sun is packed with action, mystery, romance, and suspense. It's not to be missed. So if Jennifer Armentrout's going to say that, you've got to believe her. The next book I'm going to recommend, because I got this in the post recently, was The Diviners by Libba Bray. Now, I have read this book. I read this book a while ago, and I got sent this, well, I actually bought the new edition of it because they've come out in like new print, and I really like this edition. But this is all based in 1920s, I believe. Now, it's hard to see because I can't remember where I find the date it was based, but it's basically about these people called diviners, and these diviners are all people with special abilities. Some people can touch objects and read the memories from objects and so forth and so on, and it's about a girl who moves to New York and is thrown into this world of like basically like a chase to find a murderer, and this murderer has this really creepy song that he sings, but it's very ghost, supernatural, paranormal. It's such a fun read, and Libba Bray's writing is very captivating, and I believe the second one of this is coming out really soon, so I highly recommend. Another one I recommend isn't out yet, but it's coming out, and this is Amber Smoke by Kristen Cast. Kristen Cast is one of the duo authors that wrote the House of Night series. Now she is gone off by her own, and I like this bit. It says, the door to the massive New York Times best-selling House of Night series is closed. Now Kristen Cast kicks down a new door to welcome her millions of fans to her latest sizzling series. This is kind of like New Adult, and it's based basically about Greek mythology and furies and things like that. And what I love about this is it's very true to Greek mythology, even to just Greek culture in general, because I'm part Greek, so I have connections and I do speak to some of my family in Greek. Now, I call my grandma, I never use the term grandma, I always say yeah, because that's the Greek word for grandma, and in this book, she calls her grandma yeah. So it's like, even that little detail is so awesome to read. It's just such a fun, suspenseful read about this girl who's connected to an oracle, and it's about a boy who is born from one of the Furies, and they have to get together to kind of put all the bad people back in Tartarus because they've all escaped. So if you think that's something you would enjoy, then this is definitely for you. Definitely go and check it out. Last but not least, I'm recommending The Hallowed Ones by Laura Bickle. I have talked about this book before, but honestly guys, it's such a perfect read. It's about this girl called Katie who's on the verge of the Rumsinga, I think that's what it's called. And it's basically in she lives in an Amish town, and whilst she's living in this Amish town, and obviously they're very like cut out from everybody else in the world, the end of the world happens. It's like the end of the world, but it's not. And she doesn't... Just read it. It's very mysterious. It's very suspenseful. I read the whole of this book in one sitting and the second book in one sitting. So if you're into books like that, then definitely give this a go. It's just incredible. It's very thrilling. Now, Melissa Marr has blurbed this, and she said, what an eerily believable, unique story. I can't stop thinking about it or shivering. So true. I also felt the same. And Lauren Di Stefano also blurbed it, saying, this is the book to make you fear the shadows, a horrifying and gruesome tale of faith and things that blink red eyes in the night. I could not look away. So true. I highly recommend this. So good. So there you are, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a quick book recommendations video. Let me know down below any of your book recommendations, and definitely go and check out the book depository links and Goodreads links for these, which I'm going to leave down below for you to go and have a little bit more of a look about them, see if there's something you might be interested in. Thanks so much for watching. Please do give us a thumbs up if you would like any more book recommendations, and I'll speak to you guys really soon. Bye bye.